And on today's Toy Spot, we're going to be looking at the DC Universe Clash in the Cosmos. This is the Toys R Us exclusive Superman vs. Brainiac 2-pack. And that was certainly a mouthful. A figure that I was really looking forward to getting to. Even though necessarily it is the exact same Superman, but we'll get into that when the figure is out of the package. The classic Brainiac was the real sell, at least getting this 2-pack. As I mentioned already, only available at Toys R Us, and at least here in Canada we've started getting these figures released now. So I mean, this is an older set. It's not super old, but it's older than some of the other things that are out now for DC Universe. On the side of the package, standard DC Universe art, and on the back we get a picture of Brainiac as well as Superman. And it says, pick up another figure pack. Instead of saying other figure packs available, pick up another figure pack. Yes, sir. The read-up on Brainiac says, Vril Dox served as Scientist Prime for his technologically advanced home world of Kolu. When he tried to take over the planet, he was punished by being disintegrated. His consciousness survived and adopted the identity of Brainiac, setting his sights on assimilating the knowledge and intelligence of all cultures in the universe, and then eradicating them. Brainiac has destroyed hundreds of worlds, including Superman's home, planet Krypton. Ooh. Statistics, real name Vril Dox, occupation scientist, conqueror, collector, base of operations mobile, first appearance Action Comics 242, 1958, special skill, superior intellect, unparalleled knowledge of the universe and its cultures, and able to control and manipulate machinery. The read-up on Superman says, rocketed to Earth from the doomed planet Krypton, the infant Kal-El was adopted by the Kent family of Smallville, Kansas. Young Clark Kent grew strong and powerful under the rays of Earth's yellow sun, developing extraordinary superpowers. In adulthood, Clark used these abilities as Superman, championing truth, justice, and the American way, while keeping secret his true identity and acting as a reporter for a great metropolitan newspaper. Statistics, real name Clark Kent, Kal-El, occupation journalist and foreign correspondent, also a hero. Base of operations Metropolis, first appearance Action Comics #1, June 1939. Special skills, super strength, speed, invulnerability, flight, heat vision, x-ray vision, and freezing breath. Attaboy, Superman. So that's pretty much the package in a nutshell. What we'll do is we'll get the package to open up, and we'll get a better look at both the Superman as well as the Brainiac. Stay tuned, guys. Now, don't be alarmed. They're not actually holding hands. I just put them together so that they would actually stand up while I did the review of these guys. While the Brainiac is the first time this figure has been released in this mold, actually, and in this look, the Superman actually has come out before. We'll just hopefully get Brainiac to stand here. These DC Universe figures are notorious for falling on this set. There we go. This Superman was actually released prior in the Calabac series, and it featured a long-haired mullet. He also was released in a black costume version as well. And while I was a fan of the long-haired Superman, I will admit, I'm going to go out on a limb and I'll say, while I was a fan of the long-haired Superman, I was still looking to get a short-haired version of him. And prior to the Gotham City 5-pack released, this was the first appearance of Superman with the short hair as a DC Universe figure. And while it was a pro, unfortunately the con is, if you look at his eyes, what they've actually done is they've colored in his eyes red to represent his heat ray vision, or his heat vision. So while we did get a short-haired Superman we didn't quite get the definitive Superman until right here, till the DC Universe Gotham 5-pack was released, and then we were able to finally get a definitive Superman. As you can see, though, it is the exact same figure. Right from the top all the way down to the bottom, and even if I turn it around, same placement of the Superman logo on his cape, and same exact cape. So while it is not necessarily the very first, it isn't the only time we've received this figure, it is the only time we've received this figure with heat vision, at least heat vision eyes. So I am very glad that they did still give us a short-haired Superman, because I'd hate to think this was the only way we could get a short-haired Superman, was to get this guy right here. It's not to say it's necessarily a bad figure. Certainly to have both, you can have this Superman fighting. You know, if you want to put him in a dynamic pose, you can have him poised to fight somebody with his heat ray vision going. But I am very thankful that they still gave us a short-haired Superman. That is Superman, though. And just to wrap up Superman, I like the coloring. The Superman, vibrant, bright, nice bright blue, bright red, bright yellow. The face, I haven't completely warmed up to the face on this Superman, but I would say it's not bad. It's certainly, I've seen worse Superman faces, and so I can certainly live with this look of Superman. But if you haven't already picked up the Superman from the Gotham City 5-pack, which unfortunately is a bit expensive, this is probably your next best way to get Superman, is this guy right here. Or if you're a fan of the long-haired Superman, you can certainly get him from the Calabac series as well. So there we have Superman. As you can see, his leg is a bit crooked, which I'm going to have to kind of correct later on. It's not quite right. You look at it, it ain't right. But we'll just put Superman to the side here for a second. And again, will he stand? Yes, he will. Now we'll have a look at the Brainiac. And I will say that if they do ever release a Lex Luthor figure, and I'm not talking necessarily the Superpowers Lex Luthor from the Gotham 5-pack, but if they do ever release a Lex Luthor, let's say as a business suit or as the battle armor, if they want to re-release the battle armor Lex Luthor, this would be an ideal head. It is a very nice looking head. And actually, you know what? I just want to double check this to my Lex Luthor. Be right back, guys. It's probably one of the only times you'll see me pause a video. I just want to actually bring in the Lex Luthor from the Gotham 5-pack. As you can see, it isn't the exact same head. And I would almost say that this is a better head, had they ever made that into a Lex Luthor. This is certainly a nice looking Lex Luthor, but I think that's a real superior Lex Luthor head. Even though they're really using it on the Brainiac, we'll move Lex Luthor out of the way here. Not really everyone's cup of tea for the design of Brainiac here. As you can see, he sports his classic attire. He's kind of got that Sunday dress shirt going on there. I got a little elastic still on here. There we go. He's got this pink kind of dress shirt going on with a nice little collar, and he's got the nice white boots and the black shorts or black trunks. Almost silly, really, by today's designs of characters, but certainly if you're collecting some of the classic-looking DC Universe figures and you want to, if you want to start putting together teams, and this is a segue over to growing up with the Challenge of the Super Friends characters. If you grew up watching the Challenge of the Super Friends cartoon, this would be an ideal addition to the aforementioned Lex Luthor. Between getting him, now the Brainiac, and what we'll soon be getting is a classic Cheetah figure, you can slowly start filling out the ranks of your Challenge of the Super Friends playset. Oh, I'm getting excited over that. The Brainiac, aside from really what you see here, Brainiac also does include a gun. And for those who look at that and say, that gun looks awfully familiar, you are absolutely right. This gun also came out with the DC Superheroes Battle Armor Lex Luthor. And the only difference is there's a little opening here In the Lex Luthor, it would have actually housed a piece of kryptonite. But instead, they've opted just to give it to Brainiac, which is not necessarily a bad idea, because, I mean, it still kind of looks like an alien weapon. But paint's good on Brainiac. It's a nice bright green, nice bright pink. The detailing on his head is superior. It's far superior than really what I was expecting. And while I will say this isn't my favorite look of Brainiac, my favorite look to this day is still the Superman animated series Brainiac, the robot. Love the look of him. But if you are going to be collecting the Challenge of the Super Friends and you want to start getting those guys all filled out, this is an excellent, excellent Brainiac to get. So I will say, overall, it's a decent set. While the Superman, yes, we have received before, and no doubt we'll probably get more of him down the road. If you haven't already picked up the short-haired Superman, this is a great 2-pack to get for that reason. And also, if you're an old-school fan like I am, and you want to start filling in the Challenge of the Super Friends dioramas, this is an ideal Brainiac to get for him. So this set, while the Superman I would give probably a 7 to, the Brainiac I would give about a 6. Again, not my favorite Brainiac, but a great Brainiac for an old school diorama. So that was a toy spot on the Superman and Brainiac, what was it, Clash in the Cosmos 2-pack. And stay tuned for many more toy spots to come, and I'll see you guys next time. Later.